Let's do a quick video about the bombshell that's came out about Matt Gaetz, a man that Trump himself pegged to be Attorney General of the United States, that even recently, since he withdrew that nomination, he's came out to say he supports him still and he'll have a great career. Well, a report that Republicans fought tooth and nail, Mike Johnson specifically, to not have this released to the public because they didn't want to smear Matt Gaetz and they didn't want to hinder any possibility of him being Attorney General because party over country, it's not about checks and balances for them. It's about getting Trump's picks through. Well, the reports came out, and now it turns out that it's confirmed Matt Gaetz paid people for sex. Not that bad. It's kind of weird, whatever, but to each their own. If you want to pay people for sex, go ahead. But one of those girls was a minor knowingly. He had knowing relations with a minor of whom he also bought drugs and used drugs with. He utilized his position as a Congress member to get those he was sleeping with benefits that others weren't privy to. He took bribes, essentially. He took a bunch of unjustifiable gifts that he shouldn't have taken, that he wasn't trying to report, money, things like that. He was literally using like cocaine and stuff. So these are the kind of people that Trump surrounds himself with. These are the kind of people who represent the Republican Party, who represent MAGA. I mean, remember, this is like one of the people on the forefront for MAGA. He was like one of the people they tried to get to be Speaker of the House. He's one of the people Trump tried to get Attorney General. And like, if we're going to have someone who pays prostitutes, who sleeps with minors knowingly, gets them under the influence and sleeps with them knowingly, which that's even more to talk to about his character, and then escapes charges by Trump nominating him for Attorney General, and then he withdraws from that, and now he's like not even being investigated by Congress, probably isn't going to get charged for any of this. It speaks to, was this the goal the whole time? Did Trump know this? If Trump didn't know this, it kind of speaks to, well, like, what does this say about his ability to pick people who he surrounds himself with? If he's unknowingly around child molesters, pedophiles, essentially drug users, and he doesn't know, I mean, that kind of speaks to like, why are we going to have this guy appointing people for positions? Like, just kind of takes into account anyone he's appointed. Maybe they all need to be put under a heavier lens than we originally thought, if these are the kind of people he wants in his cabinet. And it even speaks more to Republicans that they saw this report, knew what it contained, knew what was in it, and fought tooth and nail to not have it released to the public. Mike Johnson, knowing what was in the report, said it shouldn't be released to the public. Why? Why does party matter more than like, hey, this man who is about to be Attorney General slept with a minor, did drugs with a minor, does drugs, is a chronic drug user, right? These things matter. These things especially should be public knowledge when we're talking about someone who will be in a position serving the public, who isn't elected to that position, but is appointed. And the fact that Republicans wanted to cover this up is, I mean, it's a huge scandal. I think it's something that should call into the character, the ethics, the morals, the chair that these people hold for any Republican who stood behind this. And again, calls into question Trump and his ability as a leader as well. So I just wanted to cover that briefly. It's something that's, the report was released today. Wanted to give my opinion on it. Not too shocking because, it's MAGA. So it's like kind of the norm for them. But it is shocking the length in which Republicans will go to defend their own, even over the best interests of the country, and how many times that comes out and is pretty much just public knowledge at this point. And yet those who vote for MAGA, vote for Republicans, will never acknowledge it because they're in the cult.